Deep within the heart of Egypt, the Nile River flows. It courses through a land of ancient wonders. On an island, amidst the flowing waters, stands a testament to a bygone era, the Philae Temple. This architectural marvel, with its towering pylons and intricate carvings, has captivated travellers for centuries. The echoes of pharaohs whisper through its corridors. The grandeur of the Roman Empire left its mark. Today, the Philae Temple stands as a beacon from the past. Its beauty and history continue to inspire awe. Join us now as we embark on a journey to uncover the secrets of the Philae Temple. Philae, an island once believed to be the last place on earth to be touched by the rays of the setting sun. It was here, in this sacred space, that the ancient Egyptians built a temple. It was dedicated to Isis, the goddess of magic, motherhood and healing. The temple complex, a dazzling display of artistry and engineering, was a place of pilgrimage. People came from far and wide to seek the goddess's favour. They offered prayers and gifts. The air was thick with incense. The sound of chanting priests echoed through the halls. Philae was a sanctuary where the divine and mortal realms intertwined. The temple itself reflected the Egyptians' understanding of the cosmos. The story of Philae Temple begins not with a single pharaoh, but with many. Over centuries, from the late period to the Ptolemaic kingdom, they added their own mark to the island. Each addition was a testament to their devotion to Isis, a goddess deeply intertwined with the Egyptian belief in life, death and rebirth. The earliest structures were humble compared to the grand edifices of later years, yet they held a powerful significance. These were not merely buildings of stone, they were seen as the dwelling place of the divine. As each pharaoh ascended to power, they sought to honour Isis in grander and more elaborate ways. Massive pylons adorned with carvings depicting the pharaoh's victories and piety rose towards the heavens. At the heart of the Philae Temple complex lay the sanctuary of Isis. This was the most sacred space within the temple. It was here that the cult statue of the goddess was kept. The sanctuary was a place of profound mystery. Only the pharaoh and a select few priests were allowed to enter its hallowed halls. Here, amidst flickering oil lamps and the scent of incense, they performed daily rituals to honour Isis. The walls of the sanctuary were adorned with intricate reliefs. These images told the story of Isis and Osiris, her husband, who had been murdered by their brother Set. Every inch of the Philae Temple was a testament to the skill and artistry of the ancient Egyptian builders. They used simple tools, yet they created structures of astonishing size and complexity. The walls of the temple were adorned with thousands of hieroglyphs. These intricate symbols, carved into the stone with astonishing detail, told the stories of the gods, the pharaohs, and the Egyptian people. They served as a reminder of the temple's sacred purpose and provided a glimpse into the beliefs and values of a civilization long gone. Scholars painstakingly decipher the hieroglyphs, piecing together the story of the Philae Temple. Each inscription is a window into the past, offering a glimpse into the hearts and minds of the ancient Egyptians. The Ptolemaic dynasty, descended from one of Alexander the Great's generals, embraced Egypt as their own. They recognized the power of tradition, the importance of maintaining the old ways to secure their rule. The Philae Temple, already a place of significant religious and cultural importance, became a focal point for their patronage. Under the Ptolemies, The temple complex underwent a period of expansion and embellishment. New structures were added, each grander than the last. The Ptolemies sought to outdo their predecessors, to leave their own indelible mark on this sacred site. The temple became a symbol not just of religious devotion, but of royal power and prestige. The graceful columns and intricate floral motifs hinted at the influence of the Hellenic world, blending seamlessly with the existing Egyptian architecture. With the arrival of the Romans, Egypt entered a new chapter in its long history. Yet the reverence for Philae Temple continued. The Romans, ever pragmatic, recognized the importance of respecting local customs and beliefs. The Roman emperors, keen to legitimize their rule in Egypt, continued the tradition of honoring Isis. They funded the construction of new buildings within the temple complex. The temple, already a testament to centuries of Egyptian faith, now bore witness to the might of Rome. The Roman presence at Philae is most evident in the kiosk of Trajan. This grand structure, with its massive columns and open design, served as a ceremonial gateway to the temple. The Philae Temple was more than just a place of worship for Isis. It was a microcosm of the religious syncretism that characterized Egypt during the Roman period. Here, Egyptian and Roman gods were worshipped side by side. Beliefs and practices intertwined, creating a rich and complex religious tapestry. One of the most striking examples of this religious fusion is the worship of Imhotep. Originally a mortal architect and physician during the Old Kingdom, Imhotep had been elevated to the status of a god of healing. At Philae, his cult thrived alongside that of Isis. The Philae Temple, throughout its long history, served as a testament to the enduring power of faith. It was a place where cultures and beliefs intertwined, creating a unique and vibrant religious landscape. Philae Temple. More than just a collection of stones, it was and remains deeply intertwined with its environment. The ancient Egyptians saw the temple, situated on its island, as a microcosm of the cosmos. The Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, played a crucial role in the temple's symbolism and function. The annual floods, though destructive, were also seen as a time of renewal. They deposited fertile silt on the surrounding land, ensuring bountiful harvests. The temple, rising above the floodwaters, symbolized the triumph of order over chaos. The island itself, known as Philae in ancient times, was considered sacred. It was believed to be the burial place of Osiris, the god of the underworld and rebirth. For centuries, the Nile River nourished Philae Temple. Its waters carried stories of countless generations. Pilgrims came, drawn to the temple's beauty and power. The Nile was integral to the temple's rituals. Priests used its water for purification. They navigated its currents in small boats. The Nile's ebb and flow mirrored life's cycles. Philae Temple offered hope and solace. Time, as it often does, brought change to the Nile River and the Philae Temple. The construction of the Aswan Low Dam in the early 20th century altered the river's natural flow. The temple, once accustomed to the annual floods, now found itself partially submerged for much of the year. Recognizing the threat posed by the rising waters, UNESCO stepped in. They recognized the Philae Temple as a World Heritage Site. It was a place of outstanding universal value, a testament to human creativity and ingenuity. A daring and unprecedented rescue plan was devised. The temple would be dismantled block by numbered block and moved to higher ground. The first phase of the rescue project involved constructing a cofferdam around the island of Philae. This massive barrier, built to hold back the waters of the Nile, was a feat of engineering in itself. It had to be strong enough to withstand the pressure of millions of gallons of water, yet delicate enough to avoid damaging the very monument it was meant to protect. With the cofferdam in place, the painstaking work of dismantling the temple began. Each stone, some weighing as much as 20 tons, had to be carefully documented, numbered and removed. The stones, once separated, were transported by barge to their new home, a nearby island named Agilkia. This island, carefully chosen for its resemblance to Philae's original shape, would become the temple's new sanctuary. Agilkia, once a barren rock, was transformed into a mirror image of Philae. The temple, meticulously reassembled using the original stones, rose again in its full glory. The carvings, the columns, the sanctuaries, all were painstakingly restored, ensuring that the spirit of Philae lived on. The relocation of the Philae Temple was not merely a triumph of engineering, it was a testament to the power of international collaboration. Today, the Philae Temple stands on Agilkia Island as a beacon of resilience. The waters of the Nile, once threatening to consume it, now lap gently at its base, a constant reminder of the enduring power of human ingenuity. The ancient Egyptians were masters of symbolism, and the Philae Temple is replete with hidden meanings. One fascinating aspect is the temple's alignment with the rising sun. During the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year, the sun's rays would penetrate deep into the temple's inner sanctuaries, symbolically illuminating the statue of Isis. The acoustics of the Philae Temple are another intriguing feature. The ancient architects designed the temple's halls and chambers to enhance sound. The chanting of priests, the music of sistrums and drums would have reverberated within these spaces, creating an immersive and ethereal soundscape. Even today, visitors to the Philae Temple can experience echoes of this sonic past. The Philae Temple, despite its grandeur, was never truly finished. The last pylon, intended to be the temple's crowning glory, was left incomplete. Legend has it that the workers, sensing the imminent arrival of the Romans, downed their tools and fled, leaving the pylon unfinished. Another tale speaks of a wise old stonemason who, entrusted with carving the final inscription on the pylon, had a vision. Knowing that his work would one day be submerged beneath the Nile, he chose to leave the pylon unfinished, a symbolic act of acceptance of the cyclical nature of time and fate. The unfinished pylon stands as a poignant reminder that even the grandest of human endeavours are subject to the whims of fate and the passage of time. The Philae Temple, standing on its new island home, is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. It symbolises resilience, a monument to our need to create, believe and connect with something greater. For centuries, this sacred site witnessed the ebb and flow of civilizations. Pharaohs, Ptolemies, Romans each left their mark, adding to its storied history. Once threatened by the Nile, it now stands as a beacon of hope, preserving our cultural heritage. Philae's stories about the people who built, worshipped and found meaning within its walls. It's a tale of belief, time's cycle and the human spirit overcoming adversity. Deep in the heart of Nubia, where the Nile River flows through the sands of time, lies a land steeped in history and mystery. This ancient region, with its vast deserts and fertile riverbanks, has been a cradle of civilization for millennia. Here stand the colossal temples of Abu Simbel, a marvel of ancient engineering and artistry. These towering monuments, carved directly into the sandstone cliffs, are guarded by four colossal statues of Ramesses II. Each statue, with its intricate details and imposing presence, tells the story of a time when pharaohs ruled with divine authority. Their imposing figures, each reaching over 65 feet in height, have captivated travelers and explorers for centuries. These statues are not just stone carvings, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egypt. Abu Simbel is more than just a temple complex. It's a testament to the power and ambition of one of ancient Egypt's most celebrated pharaohs. The walls of the temples are adorned with intricate hieroglyphics and carvings that depict the might and achievements of Ramesses II. The temple's location was strategically chosen. Nestled on the border between Egypt and Nubia, it served as a sentinel, watching over the lands and resources that were vital to the kingdom's prosperity. It sits on the border between Egypt and Nubia, a region rich in gold and other resources. The Nile River, flowing serenely nearby, was a lifeline, providing water, transportation and sustenance to the people of this ancient land. The imposing facade served as a powerful statement to any who dared to enter Egypt's southern frontier. It was a declaration of strength and a warning to potential invaders. It declared the might and authority of Ramesses II, reminding all of his dominion over these lands. The inscriptions and carvings are not just decorative, they are a chronicle of a ruler's legacy, etched in stone for eternity. As the sun sets over Abu Simbel, casting long shadows over the statues, one can't help but feel a sense of awe. The guardians of Nubia stand as silent sentinels, watching over the land and its people, a reminder of a glorious past that continues to inspire and captivate. Under the starlit sky, the temples of Abu Simbel come alive with a mystical glow. The guardians of Nubia, bathed in the soft light, seem almost ethereal, as if whispering the secrets of the ages to those who listen. Visitors from around the world come to witness this marvel, their faces reflecting the wonder and admiration that these ancient guardians inspire. The legacy of Ramesses II and the grandeur of Abu Simbel continue to leave an indelible mark on all who behold them. Ramesses II, who reigned from 1279 to 1213 BC, is considered one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. His reign was marked by ambitious building projects, military campaigns, and a flourishing of art and culture. Abu Simbel, his most impressive architectural achievement, was intended to immortalize his legacy and honor the gods of ancient Egypt. Over time, the sands of the desert swallowed Abu Simbel. The temples lay forgotten for centuries, their existence known only through local legends. Then, in 1813, Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt stumbled upon the site. He was captivated by the sight of the colossal statues peeking out from beneath the sand. A monumental rescue, the Great Relocation. In the 1960s, the construction of the Aswan High Dam posed a significant threat to Abu Simbel. The rising waters of Lake Nasser, the reservoir created by the dam, would have submerged the temples entirely.
To save this ancient wonder, UNESCO launched an unprecedented international rescue operation. The temples were carefully cut into massive blocks, each weighing between 20 and 30 tons. These blocks were then transported and reassembled on higher ground 200 feet above the original site.
The relocation was a remarkable feat of engineering and international cooperation, ensuring the preservation of Abu Simbel for generations to come. The temples of Abu Simbel are not just architectural marvels, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egyptian civilization. Nestled on the western bank of Lake Nasser, these temples have stood the test of time, witnessing the rise and fall of empires. Abu Simbel consists of two temples. These monumental structures were originally carved out of the mountainside during the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses II in the 13th century BC. They were intended to demonstrate the power and divine nature of the pharaoh. The larger temple, the Great Temple, is dedicated to Ramesses II himself, as well as the gods Amun, Ra-Horakhti and Ptah. The facade of the Great Temple is dominated by 4 colossal statues of Ramesses II, each standing over 20 meters tall, gazing out across the desert. The interior is a labyrinth of halls and chambers adorned with intricate reliefs and towering statues. These halls were designed to impress and inspire awe, with every surface covered in detailed carvings that tell the story of Ramesses II's reign and his divine right to rule.
The small temple, is dedicated to Ramesses II's beloved wife, Queen Nefertari, and the goddess Hathor. This temple is equally impressive, with its own set of statues and carvings that celebrate the queen's beauty and grace. The walls of both temples are covered in detailed carvings. These carvings are not just decorative, they are a visual record of the beliefs, achievements, and daily life of the ancient Egyptians. These carvings depict scenes from Ramesses II's reign, including his military victories, religious ceremonies, and family life. They provide a glimpse into the world of ancient Egypt, showing us the pharaoh's prowess in battle, his devotion to the gods, and his role as a family man.
The vibrant colors, miraculously preserved for millennia, bring these ancient stories to life. The hues of red, blue, yellow, and green are as vivid today as they were thousands of years ago, allowing us to connect with the past in a way that words alone cannot convey. As we explore these temples, we are not just looking at stone and paint. We are stepping into a world that has been carefully crafted to honor the gods and immortalize the legacy of one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. One of the most remarkable features of Abu Simbel is its astronomical alignment. Twice a year, on February 22nd and October 22nd, the rising sun penetrates the Great Temple's inner sanctuary. The sunlight illuminates the statues of Ramesses II and the gods Amun and Ra-Horakhti, bathing them in a golden glow. This phenomenon, a testament to the ancient Egyptians' advanced understanding of astronomy, is believed to have coincided with significant events in Ramesses II's reign, such as his coronation or the start of the harvest season. The story of Abu Simbel is one of survival against all odds. Over the millennia, the temples have withstood the ravages of time, including natural disasters such as sandstorms and earthquakes. Yet they have remained remarkably well preserved, a testament to the skill and dedication of the ancient builders. From its creation by a powerful pharaoh to its rediscovery by intrepid explorers and its ultimate relocation to escape the rising waters, the history of Abu Simbel is a tale of human ingenuity and perseverance. The temples are a source of inspiration, reminding us of the incredible achievements of the past and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. It serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt and the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage for generations to come. The ongoing preservation efforts at Abu Simbel ensure that this remarkable site will continue to inspire and educate people for many years to come. As we look to the future, we must remain committed to protecting and celebrating the rich history and cultural achievements of our ancestors. Abydos. The very name evokes a sense of mystery and ancient power, a place where history and myth intertwine. Located on the west bank of the Nile in Upper Egypt, Abydos is one of the oldest and most important archaeological sites in all of Egypt, a cradle of civilization. For millennia, Abydos has been a place of pilgrimage, a sacred ground where ancient Egyptians came to honor their gods and seek a connection to the afterlife. Abydos was more than just a city. It was a symbol of the eternal cycle of life, death and resurrection, a testament to the beliefs of an ancient people. Even today, standing among the ruins of its temples and tombs, one can feel the weight of history and the echoes of a civilization long gone, yet still present in spirit. For it was here, in the sands of Abydos, that the story of ancient Egypt began to unfold, a story that continues to captivate the world. Here, pharaohs were laid to rest, their tombs filled with treasures and offerings for the afterlife, ensuring their journey to eternity. And it was here that the cult of Osiris, god of the underworld and rebirth, took root and flourished, shaping the spiritual landscape of ancient Egypt. Abydos was never truly abandoned, its spiritual significance enduring through the ages. Even after its political and economic power waned, it remained a sacred site, a place where pilgrims continued to come to pay homage to Osiris and pray for his blessings, a tradition that persists to this day. Over the centuries, the sands of the desert slowly encroached upon the city, burying its temples and tombs beneath their protective embrace, preserving them for future generations. But the legacy of Abydos lived on, preserved in the myths and legends passed down through generations of Egyptians, a testament to its enduring influence. It was not until the 19th century that archaeologists began to excavate the ruins of Abydos, uncovering its secrets and revealing the splendor of this once great city, a city that had been lost to time. Today, Abydos is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, its temples and tombs a testament to the ingenuity, artistry and enduring beliefs of the ancient Egyptians, a legacy that continues to inspire awe and wonder. Abydos first rose to prominence in the pre-dynastic period around 3100 BC, when Egypt was in its infancy, a time when the foundations of one of the world's greatest civilizations were being laid. It was during this time that the first pharaohs, rulers who united Upper and Lower Egypt under their rule, chose Abydos as their final resting place, marking it as a site of immense importance. They constructed elaborate tombs known as mastabas, which were rectangular structures with flat roofs and sloping sides, built of mud brick and often decorated with colorful paintings and intricate reliefs. These early tombs were not just places of burial, but also symbols of power and authority, reflecting the pharaoh's divine status. They were filled with grave goods, including pottery, jewelry, weapons and even boats, intended to accompany the deceased into the afterlife, ensuring they had everything they needed for their journey. The tombs at Abydos provide us with invaluable insights into the beliefs, rituals and social structures of these early Egyptians, offering a window into their world. One of the most significant discoveries at Abydos was the tomb of King Jer, one of the earliest pharaohs of the First Dynasty, whose reign marked a pivotal moment in Egyptian history. Jer's tomb was a large and impressive structure surrounded by subsidiary graves for his family and retainers, indicating his high status and the reverence in which he was held. Inside the tomb, archaeologists discovered fragments of Jer's funerary equipment, including a fragment of his arm, which had been ripped off and placed in a separate box, a practice that remains a mystery. The presence of such elaborate tombs at Abydos suggests that the city was already a place of great religious significance in the pre-dynastic period, long before the rise of the pharaohs. It was believed to be the burial place of Webwawet, the jackal god of the dead, who was closely associated with the king and the afterlife, guiding the souls of the deceased. The association with Webwawet, combined with the presence of royal tombs, made Abydos a powerful symbol of death and resurrection, a place where the pharaohs could transition to the afterlife and join the company of the gods, ensuring their eternal life and divine status. As Egypt entered the early dynastic period, around 3000 to 2686 BC, Abydos continued to flourish as a necropolis and a center of religious activity. However, it was during this time that a new cult began to emerge in Abydos, one that would eventually overshadow all others, the cult of Osiris. The origins of Osiris are shrouded in mystery, but he is typically depicted as a mummified king, often with green skin symbolizing rebirth, wearing the Atef crown and holding the crook and flail, symbols of kingship and fertility. According to Egyptian mythology, Osiris was a benevolent king who ruled Egypt with his wife Isis. He taught the Egyptians agriculture, law and civilization, but was murdered by his jealous brother, Set. Osiris's death and resurrection became a central myth in Egyptian religion, symbolizing the cycle of life, death and rebirth. His story resonated deeply with the Egyptians, who saw in Osiris a promise of eternal life after death. As the cult of Osiris spread throughout Egypt, Abydos became one of the most important pilgrimage sites in the country, attracting countless devotees. Egyptians from all walks of life flocked to Abydos, hoping to be buried near the god Osiris, or at least to have their names inscribed on stelae or other monuments erected in the sacred precinct. They believed that proximity to Osiris would increase their chances of a favorable judgment in the afterlife. Pilgrims would offer prayers, sacrifices, and votive offerings to Osiris, hoping to gain his favor and ensure their resurrection. The pilgrimage to Abydos was a journey of faith, a chance to connect with the divine and seek solace in the face of death. The spiritual atmosphere of Abydos provided comfort to many. The influx of pilgrims to Abydos had a profound impact on the city. Temples and shrines were built to accommodate the growing number of worshippers. Cenotaphs, symbolic tombs that did not contain the body of the deceased, were constructed by wealthy Egyptians who could not afford to be buried at Abydos but wanted to be symbolically linked to the god. Abydos became a bustling center of religious activity, its streets thronged with priests, pilgrims and merchants. The pilgrimage to Abydos was more than just a religious duty. It was also an opportunity for social and economic exchange. People from different parts of Egypt would converge on Abydos, bringing with them their customs, beliefs and goods. The city became a melting pot of Egyptian culture, a place where ideas were shared and traditions were transmitted, enriching the cultural tapestry of Egypt. In ancient Egypt, the concept of eternity was not just a distant dream, but a tangible reality. The Egyptians built their homes, not just for the living, but also for the afterlife. They believed that the soul would continue to live on, needing a place to reside. Tombs were constructed with meticulous care, designed to last forever. These structures were more than just resting places. They were eternal homes for the departed. The walls were adorned with scenes of daily life, ensuring that the deceased could continue their existence in the afterlife. The belief in an eternal house was deeply rooted in their culture. Every detail, from the architecture to the inscriptions, was meant to provide comfort and security for the soul's journey beyond death. This profound connection between life and death, between the temporal and the eternal, is what made ancient Egyptian civilization so unique and enduring. Their houses for eternity stand as a testament to their unwavering faith in the afterlife. The stones of Abydos tell a story that spans millennia. Each carving, each inscription is a testament to the lives and beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. It's fascinating to think about how these stones have witnessed the ebb and flow of history, standing silent yet eloquent in their endurance. At Abydos, the gods were honored with grand temples and intricate rituals. The ancient Egyptians believed that Abydos was the gateway to the afterlife, a sacred place where they could connect with the divine. The devotion and reverence shown here reflect a deep spiritual connection that transcended daily life. Beyond the famous temples, Abydos is home to numerous other monuments that add to its rich tapestry. From lesser-known chapels to ancient tombs, each structure contributes to the overall significance of this sacred city. These monuments, though perhaps not as renowned, are equally important in understanding the full scope of Abydos's historical and cultural landscape. The legacy of Abydos is not just in its ancient stones, but in the wealth of knowledge it has provided to modern archaeology. Each discovery here has helped piece together the complex puzzle of Egypt's past. The significance of Abydos continues to grow as new findings shed light on the lives and beliefs of those who once walked these grounds. In many ways, the story of Abydos is still being written, one artifact at a time. The Nile, lifeblood of ancient Egypt, its waters a source of sustenance, its rhythm a heartbeat echoing through the ages. For the ancient Egyptians, life was a tapestry woven with music and motion, dance an inseparable part of their world. From grand ceremonies to intimate gatherings, dance punctuated their existence. A celebration of life, a bridge to the divine. Imagine the sun-drenched land thousands of years ago. Hear the echoes of drums and flutes carried on the desert breeze. Picture the vibrant colours, the swirling fabrics, the rhythmic movements of dancers. This was ancient Egypt, a civilization that embraced dance in all its forms. Dance was not merely entertainment, it was a language, a way to communicate with the gods, to honour their pharaohs, to express joy and sorrow. It was woven into the very fabric of their society, a testament to their deep connection with the rhythms of life and the cosmos. The walls of ancient Egyptian tombs and temples whisper stories. Stories told not just in hieroglyphs and carvings, but in vibrant images of dancers. These paintings, frozen moments in time, offer a glimpse into the past. They capture the grace, the athleticism, and the sheer joy of dance in ancient Egypt. Look closely at the murals. Notice the elegant postures of the dancers, their limbs contorted in seemingly impossible positions. See the energy radiating from their bodies, the smiles on their faces. These images are not mere decorations, they are snapshots of a culture that lived and breathed dance. The tombs of the nobles are particularly revealing. Here, scenes of daily life unfold, including depictions of dancers entertaining at banquets. These images show us that dance was not just for rituals and ceremonies, it was also a part of everyday life, a source of pleasure and amusement. The evidence is clear. Dance was ubiquitous in ancient Egypt, permeating every level of society. From the pharaoh to the peasant, everyone danced. In the ancient Egyptian worldview, dance held cosmic significance. It was believed to have played a role in the creation of the universe. The god Osiris, often depicted as a mummified king, was also a god of vegetation and rebirth. His annual festival included dances that celebrated the cycle of life, death, and resurrection. Pharaohs used dance to assert their authority and connect with the divine. They performed rituals and dances to reinforce their status as intermediaries. These performances were grand spectacles designed to inspire awe. The said festival was a jubilee celebration performed by pharaohs after 30 years of rule. It included rituals and dances to rejuvenate the pharaoh's strength. Dance was a powerful tool to connect with the divine and ensure cosmic order. Who were these dancers who moved with such grace and precision? They came from all walks of life. Some were priests and priestesses trained from childhood to perform sacred rituals. Others were professional entertainers hired to perform at banquets and festivals. Among the most skilled and revered dancers were the women of the House of Music. These women, often attached to temples, dedicated their lives to music and dance. They were highly trained musicians, singers and dancers, and their performances were considered to be offerings to the gods. There were also specialized dancers, such as the Mu dancers, who performed acrobatic dances, and the dwarf dancers, who were often employed by the wealthy for their entertainment value. Regardless of their status, all dancers played an important role in Egyptian society. using their bodies and movements to connect with the divine, to entertain, and to tell stories. The ancient Egyptians were masters of adornment, and dance costumes were no exception. From the simplest linen kilts to elaborate headdresses and jewellery, dancers adorned themselves in ways that enhanced their movements and added to the visual spectacle. Female dancers often wore long, flowing dresses made of sheer linen. These dresses, sometimes pleated or draped, allowed for freedom of movement while still revealing the contours of the body. They might also wear beaded nets or vests over their dresses, adding another layer of texture and sparkle. Headdresses were an important part of the costume, often signifying the dancer's role or status. Some dancers wore simple wreaths of flowers, while others donned elaborate headdresses made of feathers, beads, and precious metals. These headdresses, some reaching several feet in height, would have swayed and shimmered with the dancer's every move. Dancers also wore jewellery, both real and costume. Necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and anklets all added to the visual impact of the performance. The jingle of these ornaments provided a rhythmic accompaniment to the music and enhanced the dancer's movements. No discussion of ancient Egyptian dance would be complete without mentioning the music. Music and dance were inseparable, each enhancing and complementing the other. The ancient Egyptians had a rich musical tradition, and their instruments were as varied as their dances. Percussion instruments played a central role, providing the driving rhythms that fueled the dances. Drums of various sizes and shapes were essential. Some were played with the hands, others with sticks. Clappers, cymbals, and sistrums, a type of rattle, added to the percussive texture. Wind instruments such as flutes, oboes, and clarinets provided melodies and harmonies. The flute, in particular, was a popular instrument, its haunting sound evocative of both joy and sorrow. String instruments such as harps, lyres, and lutes added depth and richness to the music. Imagine the sound of these instruments combined with the rhythmic clapping and chanting of the audience. The music would have been both exhilarating and hypnotic, transporting the dancers and viewers alike to another realm. Dance in ancient Egypt was not limited to religious rituals and funerary rites. It was also an integral part of celebrations, festivals, and everyday life. Dances were performed to celebrate births, marriages, harvests, and victories in battle. One of the most important festivals was the annual flooding of the Nile. This event, upon which all life in Egypt depended, was celebrated with great joy and abandon. Dances were performed to honor Hapi, the god of the Nile, and to ensure a bountiful harvest. Fertility dances, often performed by women, were another important genre. These dances, meant to ensure the continuation of life and the prosperity of the land, were characterized by their sensuality and earthiness. They often involved gestures and movements that mimicked the act of procreation. These celebratory dances, filled with joy, energy, and a zest for life, remind us that the ancient Egyptians, while deeply spiritual, also knew how to have fun. Death for the ancient Egyptians was not an end but a transition. It was a journey to the afterlife, a realm where the deceased would live on in spirit form. Dance played a crucial role in these funerary rituals, helping to guide the deceased on their journey and to ensure their safe passage to the underworld. Mourners often performed dances expressing grief and lamenting the loss of their loved ones. These dances, slow and mournful, were often accompanied by the wailing of mourners and the playing of flutes. Other dances, performed by priests and priestesses, were intended to appease the gods and to ensure the deceased's safe passage to the afterlife. These dances were often highly ritualized, involving specific steps, gestures, and incantations. One of the most important funerary rituals was the opening of the mouth ceremony. This ritual, Intended to restore the deceased's senses and allow them to eat, drink and speak in the afterlife, involved a series of symbolic gestures, including the use of a ritual adze to touch the mouth of the deceased's mummy or statue. The sands of time have buried much of ancient Egyptian civilization, yet the echoes of their dances still resonate. We find them in the graceful movements of belly dance, a dance form with roots in ancient Egyptian rituals and traditions. The undulating torso, the fluid arm movements, the emphasis on feminine grace and sensuality. These elements of belly dance can be traced back to the dances depicted in ancient Egyptian art. While the exact steps and movements have evolved over the centuries, the essence of ancient Egyptian dance lives on. The influence of ancient Egyptian dance can also be seen in other art forms, from the stylized movements of Egyptian folk dances to the choreography of modern ballets and operas inspired by ancient Egyptian themes. Dance in ancient Egypt was more than just entertainment. It was a way of life, a language, a bridge to the divine. Through dance, the ancient Egyptians expressed their deepest beliefs and connected with the rhythms of the cosmos. The legacy of ancient Egyptian dance lives on in the images carved on tombs and temples. As we gaze upon the pyramids and temples, let us remember the dances that once animated these spaces. Let us marvel at the enduring power of dance to connect us to the past. Beauty, a reflection of holiness. In the golden sands of ancient Egypt, beauty wasn't just skin deep, it was a reflection of holiness, a sign of favour from the gods. The Egyptians believed that a pleasing appearance indicated a pure soul. This belief permeated every aspect of their lives, from their elaborate rituals to their daily routines. This spiritual connection between beauty and divinity fueled the Egyptians' fascination with cosmetics. They weren't merely tools to enhance, they were sacred instruments to connect with the divine. Cosmetics were used to ward off evil, ensure good health, and appease the gods. In essence, applying makeup was an act of devotion. Cosmetics for all, a spiritual connection. In ancient Egypt, the pursuit of beauty transcended gender. Both men and women adorned themselves with cosmetics. This widespread use underscores the deep spiritual significance Egyptians attached to their appearance. Men, women, and even children painted their eyes with kohl, a dark pigment believed to ward off the evil eye. They believed that a well-presented appearance, regardless of gender, reflected a harmonious balance between the physical and spiritual realms. This belief fostered a society where cosmetics were not seen as frivolous, but as essential tools for spiritual well-being. The alchemy of kohl, a chemical marvel. This ancient cosmetic has fascinated historians and chemists alike for centuries. Of all the cosmetics used in ancient Egypt, kohl reigned supreme. It was more than just a tool for beauty. It was a symbol of status, health, and even spirituality. This dark, dramatic eyeliner wasn't just a fashion statement. It was a chemical marvel. The Egyptians believed that kohl had protective and healing properties, making it an essential part of their daily lives. The Egyptians created kohl by grinding and blending ingredients like galena, a lead-based mineral, with other substances like burnt almonds and malachite. This meticulous process required skill and knowledge passed down through generations. The galena gave kohl its intense black colour and acted as an antiseptic, protecting the eyes from infections. This was particularly important in the harsh, sandy environment of Egypt, where eye infections were common. The Egyptians believed that the almond oil helped to cleanse and soothe the delicate skin around the eyes. This oil was not only a cosmetic ingredient but also a skincare remedy, providing moisture and protection against the dry desert air. They also understood that malachite, a copper carbonate mineral, possessed antibacterial properties, further safeguarding their eyes from the harsh desert conditions. This green mineral was not just for colour. It was a crucial component in their eye care regimen, demonstrating their advanced understanding of natural substances. Kohl was more than a cosmetic. It was a part of the cultural and spiritual fabric of ancient Egypt. It was used in religious ceremonies believed to ward off evil spirits and was even found in the tombs of pharaohs, signifying its importance in the afterlife. Today, scientists continue to study ancient kohl, uncovering its complex composition and the sophisticated techniques used by the Egyptians. This ancient cosmetic remains a testament to their ingenuity and their deep connection to the natural world. Healing hues, cosmetics as medicine. The ancient Egyptians were pioneers in the use of cosmetics, not just for beauty, but for health and healing as well. The Egyptians' understanding of cosmetics went beyond aesthetics. They recognized their medicinal properties. They believed that beauty and health were intertwined, and their cosmetic practices reflected this holistic approach. The Ebers Papyrus, an ancient medical text dating back to 1550 BC, provides valuable insights into this aspect. This extensive document is one of the oldest and most important medical papyri of ancient Egypt, containing over 700 remedies and formulas. It details recipes for cosmetics that doubled as treatments for skin ailments and eye infections. These recipes were meticulously recorded, showcasing the Egyptians' advanced knowledge of natural ingredients and their applications. For instance, the Egyptians used red ochre, a natural clay earth pigment, not only as blush but also as a treatment for skin inflammations. This pigment was believed to have protective and healing properties, making it a staple in their cosmetic and medicinal toolkit. They believed that its natural drying properties could help soothe irritations. Red ochre was often mixed with other ingredients to enhance its effectiveness, demonstrating their sophisticated approach to skin care. Similarly, green malachite, apart from its cosmetic uses, was employed as an antiseptic for wounds and eye infections. This vibrant green mineral was ground into a fine powder and applied to affected areas, harnessing its natural antibacterial properties. This merging of beauty and medicine showcases the Egyptians' advanced understanding of natural ingredients and their therapeutic benefits. Their innovative use of cosmetics as medicine highlights a culture that valued both appearance and well-being, setting a precedent for future generations. Today, modern science continues to uncover the wisdom behind these ancient practices. Researchers study the compositions and applications of these ancient cosmetics, revealing their potential benefits and inspiring new approaches in both beauty and medicine. The legacy of ancient Egyptian cosmetics lives on, influencing contemporary beauty products and treatments. By blending ancient wisdom with modern science, we continue to explore the healing power of cosmetics, just as the Egyptians did thousands of years ago. From palettes to pots, the evolution of beauty kits. The Egyptians' love for cosmetics spurred a fascinating evolution in how they stored and carried their beauty essentials. Early forms of cosmetic storage involved simple, functional containers. Over time, these containers transformed into elaborate expressions of artistry and craftsmanship. One of the earliest examples is the Nama palette, dating back to 3100 BC. This ceremonial palette, used for grinding and mixing cosmetics, demonstrates the early integration of beauty and artistry. Crafted from siltstone, it depicts scenes of unification and power, highlighting the importance of cosmetics in even the most significant ceremonies. Tools of the trade applying ancient allure. The application of cosmetics in ancient Egypt was a meticulous ritual, requiring specialized tools. These tools, often crafted from materials like wood, bone, and ivory, illustrate the Egyptians' dedication to achieving their desired aesthetic. Coal applicators, for instance, were thin, elongated tools, often made of wood or ivory. These applicators allowed for precise application of the coal along the lash line, creating the dramatic eye look synonymous with ancient Egyptian beauty. Small spoons, carved from bone or ivory, were used to scoop out ointments and creams from jars, ensuring hygienic application and preventing contamination. Status symbols, cosmetics, and social standing. While cosmetics were ubiquitous in ancient Egypt, access to certain ingredients and elaborate containers signified social standing. The use of makeup was not merely for aesthetic purposes, but also a reflection of one's place in society. The elite enjoyed access to rare and expensive ingredients, such as lapis lazuli, a deep blue gemstone imported from distant lands. This gemstone was highly prized and often reserved for the upper echelons of society. This luxurious pigment was used to create vibrant blue eyeshadow, a colour associated with royalty and divinity. The blue eyeshadow was not just a cosmetic choice, but a symbol of power and divine favour, often depicted in the art and statues of gods and pharaohs. The containers for these cosmetics also reflected social hierarchy. The design and material of a cosmetic container could indicate the owner's wealth and status. While commoners used simple clay pots, the elite commissioned elaborate containers made from materials like alabaster, gold, and precious stones. These materials were not only more durable but also more visually striking, making them perfect for showcasing one's status. These containers, often adorned with intricate carvings and precious jewels, served as status symbols, showcasing the owner's wealth and influence. The more elaborate and ornate the container, the higher the social standing of its owner. In many ways, these cosmetic containers were as much a part of the elite's identity as their clothing and jewellery, reflecting their place in the social hierarchy of ancient Egypt. Beauty inside and out. The ancient Egyptians' approach to beauty provides a fascinating glimpse into a civilization that valued both the aesthetic and the practical. Cosmetics were not merely superficial adornments, they were tools of spiritual connections, symbols of status, and even instruments of medicine. From the chemical ingenuity of coal to the evolution of cosmetic palettes, the ancient Egyptians' pursuit of beauty left an indelible mark on history. Their legacy reminds us that beauty can be both powerful and purposeful, reflecting deeper cultural values and beliefs. It is a testament to the enduring human desire to enhance our appearance and connect with something larger than ourselves. Saqqara, a timeless necropolis. Egypt, a land steeped in history and ancient wonders. Join me, if you will, on a journey to Saqqara. Saqqara, a vast necropolis south of Cairo, whispers tales of pharaohs and ancient rites. Imagine a desert landscape, the silence broken only by the wind. Here lies Saqqara, a testament to Egypt's enduring legacy. This sprawling site is a treasure trove of tombs, temples, and pyramids. For over 3,000 years, Saqqara served as the burial ground for Memphis. Memphis, the ancient capital of Egypt. Saqqara's historical significance is immeasurable. It provides an unparalleled glimpse into ancient Egyptian life, death, and belief systems. Unlike the more famous Giza Plateau, Saqqara boasts monuments from various periods of Egyptian history. This makes it a truly unique window into the evolution of Egyptian civilization. From the Old Kingdom to the late period, Saqqara holds secrets waiting to be unveiled. The Step Pyramid, an architectural marvel. Dominating the Saqqara skyline is the Step Pyramid of Djoser. This architectural marvel, built in the 27th century BC, is a sight to behold. Imagine a pyramid not with smooth sides, but with 6 massive steps. This is the Step Pyramid, a revolutionary structure that changed the course of Egyptian architecture. The Step Pyramid was the brainchild of Imhotep, a genius architect and polymath. Prior to the Step Pyramid, tombs were simple rectangular structures known as mastabas. Imhotep's vision, however, was far grander. He conceived of stacking mastabas, one on top of the other, creating a towering symbol of royal power. The result was the world's first monumental stone structure, a testament to Imhotep's ingenuity. The step pyramid is not just a tomb, it is a symbol of innovation and human ambition. Pyramids of the 5th and 6th dynasties. The step pyramid of Djoser may be Saqqara's most iconic monument, but it is far from the only pyramid at this sprawling site. The 5th and 6th dynasties also left their mark on Saqqara, constructing pyramids that, while smaller than Djoser's masterpiece, are no less intriguing. These later pyramids, often referred to as true pyramids due to their smooth sides, reflect the evolution of pyramid building techniques. Among these, the Pyramid of Unas stands out. This pyramid, though modest in size, holds a special place in Egyptian history as the final resting place of Pharaoh Unas. The Pyramid of Unas is remarkable for another reason. It contains the earliest known examples of pyramid texts. These texts, inscribed on the walls of the pyramid's inner chambers, are a collection of spells and incantations intended to assist the deceased pharaoh in the afterlife. Unveiling the secrets of the Serapeum. Deep beneath the sands of Saqqara lies another wonder, the Serapeum. This subterranean complex, a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers, served a unique purpose. It was the burial ground for the Apis bulls. To the ancient Egyptians, the Apis bull was no ordinary animal. It was considered a living embodiment of the god Ptah, the patron deity of Memphis. When an Apis bull died, it was mummified and interred in the Serapeum with great ceremony. These burials were lavish affairs, accompanied by offerings of food, jewellery, and other precious objects. The Serapeum's discovery in the 19th century caused a sensation. The massive granite sarcophagi, some weighing over 60 tons, contained not only the mummified remains of the bulls, but also a wealth of artifacts that provided invaluable insights into this ancient cult. Saqqara's significance extends far beyond the Old Kingdom. It continued to be an active burial ground for centuries, reflecting the ebb and flow of Egyptian history. During the First Intermediate Period, a time of political upheaval and decentralization, Saqqara witnessed the construction of new tombs and the expansion of older ones. These tombs, while perhaps less grand than their Old Kingdom predecessors, reflect the changing political landscape and the emergence of new regional powers. The Middle Kingdom saw a resurgence of royal power and a renewed interest in Saqqara. Pharaohs of this era, eager to connect with their glorious ancestors, commissioned new monuments and restored older ones. It was during the New Kingdom, however, that Saqqara experienced another period of intense activity. The pharaohs of this era, though they had moved their capital to Thebes, still recognized the importance of Saqqara as a sacred site. While the pyramids and the Serapeum may be the most famous attractions at Saqqara, the site is also home to hundreds of tombs belonging to high-ranking officials, priests, and other members of the elite. These tombs, often elaborately decorated with scenes from daily life, offer a fascinating glimpse into the lives of the people who lived and worked in ancient Memphis. The walls of these tombs are covered in vibrant paintings and intricate carvings, depicting everything from hunting and fishing expeditions to religious rituals and funerary banquets. These scenes are not merely decorative. They served a symbolic purpose, providing the deceased with provisions and entertainment in the afterlife. They also offer us a window into the beliefs, values, and daily activities of the ancient Egyptians. Saqqara despite centuries of exploration, continues to surprise and amaze archaeologists. In recent years, a series of remarkable discoveries has captivated the world and underscored the site's enduring importance. In 2020, for example, archaeologists unearthed a vast cache of over 100 beautifully painted wooden coffins, many still sealed after more than 2,500 years. These coffins, containing the mummified remains of men, women and children, provide a unique glimpse into ancient burial practices and religious beliefs. The discovery of new tombs and artifacts at Saqqara is not a rare occurrence. The site is vast, and much of it remains unexplored. Each new find adds to our understanding of this ancient necropolis and the people who lived and died there. Saqqara, an open-air museum. Today, Saqqara is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Egypt's most popular tourist destinations, but it is more than just a collection of ancient monuments. It is a living museum, a place where the past is still very much present. As you wander through the site, you can almost hear the echoes of the pharaohs and imagine the rituals that once took place here. Saqqara's open-air setting enhances its allure, allowing visitors to experience the site in its natural environment. The vastness of the necropolis, the silence of the desert, and the sheer age of the monuments create an atmosphere that is both awe-inspiring and humbling. Whether you are an archaeologist, a history enthusiast, or simply someone with a thirst for adventure, Saqqara is a destination that is sure to leave a lasting impression. Saqqara, with its timeless pyramids, its subterranean secrets, and its vibrant tomb paintings, stands as a testament to the ingenuity, artistry, and enduring legacy of ancient Egypt. It is a place where the past is not dead and buried, but very much alive, waiting to be discovered and understood. So the next time you find yourself in Egypt, make sure to visit Saqqara. Walk among the pyramids, explore the tombs, and let the spirit of this ancient necropolis transport you back in time. Howard Carter's name is synonymous with ancient Egypt, a name that echoes through the annals of history. Born in 1874, his early life was far from the scorching sands and ancient tombs he would become known for. Instead, it was filled with the lush greenery and serene landscapes of 19th century England. He grew up in a small village in Norfolk, England, a place that seemed worlds away from the mysteries of the ancient world. His father, a gifted artist, instilled in him a love for art and meticulous detail. This artistic environment nurtured his budding talents. Young Carter was a keen observer, fascinated by the natural world. He would spend countless hours exploring the countryside, observing the intricate details of plants and animals. He spent hours sketching the flora and fauna around his home, capturing the beauty of nature with his pencil. This eye for detail, nurtured from a young age, would prove crucial in his later archaeological pursuits. His sketches were not just drawings, they were detailed studies that honed his observational skills. Carter's formal education was limited, but his thirst for knowledge was insatiable. He devoured books, especially those that transported him to distant lands and ancient times. He was particularly drawn to the ancient world, captivated by stories of lost civilizations and the mysteries they held. Museums and books became his windows to these far-off places. This fascination, combined with his artistic talent, led him to the path of archaeology. He began to dream of uncovering the secrets of the past. At the age of 17, a pivotal opportunity arose. A letter arrived that would change the course of his life forever. Carter was invited to join the Egypt Exploration Fund as a tracer. This was a dream come true for the young artist and aspiring archaeologist. This marked the beginning of his lifelong love affair with Egypt, a journey that would lead him to some of the most significant archaeological discoveries of all time. Arriving in Egypt in 1891, Carter was immediately enthralled by the land's rich history and culture. The bustling streets, the vibrant markets, and the ancient ruins all seemed to whisper secrets of a bygone era. The ancient monuments, the hieroglyphics, the sheer weight of history captivated his imagination. The pyramids stood as silent sentinels of a grand civilization, while the Sphinx, with its enigmatic gaze, seemed to challenge him to uncover its mysteries. He diligently copied inscriptions and drawings, honing his skills under the guidance of experienced archaeologists. Each stroke of his pen was a step closer to understanding the lives and beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. Carter quickly established a reputation for his meticulous work and keen eye. His attention to detail and unwavering dedication set him apart from his peers, earning him respect and admiration in the archaeological community. He was not simply tracing the past, he was breathing life into it, recreating the artistry of ancient Egyptians with remarkable precision. His reconstructions were so vivid that they seemed to transport viewers back in time, allowing them to witness the grandeur of ancient Egypt firsthand. His talent did not go unnoticed. In 1899, at the young age of 25, Carter was appointed Chief Inspector of Monuments for Upper Egypt by the Egyptian Antiquities Service. This prestigious position was a testament to his burgeoning reputation and his potential to make significant contributions to the field. This was a remarkable achievement, a testament to his burgeoning reputation in the field. It was a role that came with immense responsibility, but Carter embraced it with enthusiasm and determination. Carter thrived in this role. He oversaw excavations, meticulously documented findings, and passionately advocated for the preservation of Egypt's fragile heritage. His efforts ensured that the stories of ancient Egypt would be preserved for future generations to study and appreciate. He was laying the groundwork for his most significant discovery, one that would forever etch his name in the annals of history. The Valley of the Kings, with its hidden tombs and untold treasures, awaited his exploration. Little did he know, he was on the brink of uncovering a find that would captivate the world and redefine our understanding of ancient Egypt. In 1907, a fateful meeting occurred that would change the course of Carter's career. He was introduced to George Herbert, the 5th Earl of Carnarvon, a wealthy British aristocrat with a passion for Egyptology. Carnarvon was immediately impressed by Carter's knowledge and enthusiasm. He agreed to finance Carter's excavations, providing the much-needed resources to pursue his archaeological dreams. Thus began a partnership that would become legendary. Carnarvon, with his wealth and influence, provided the financial backing. Carter, the passionate and dedicated archaeologist, provided the expertise and unwavering determination. Together, they formed a formidable team. Their shared goal to uncover the tomb of a little-known pharaoh named Tutankhamun, believed to be hidden somewhere in the Valley of the Kings. Little did they know, this quest would consume them for years to come. The Valley of the Kings, a desolate yet majestic landscape, became Carter's obsession. Year after year, he meticulously excavated, his team sifting through sand and rubble under the scorching Egyptian sun. The work was arduous and often disheartening. False leads, dead ends, and the constant pressure of expectation weighed heavily on Carter. Yet he persevered, driven by an unshakable belief that Tutankhamun's tomb lay hidden beneath the sands. Carnarvon, though initially enthusiastic, grew increasingly impatient with the lack of results. The annual expeditions were costly and doubts began to creep in. However, Carter's unwavering belief eventually convinced Carnarvon to fund one final season. This last-ditch effort, a testament to both men's faith and determination, would prove to be the most significant in archaeological history. A fateful discovery, uncovering the steps to Tutankhamun's tomb. November 4th, 1922, dawned like any other day in the Valley of the Kings. The air was crisp and the golden hues of the rising sun bathed the ancient landscape in a mystical glow. Carter's team, weary from years of toil, began work on a new section, clearing debris near the tomb of Ramesses VI. They had been at this for so long, their hopes often dashed by false leads and empty chambers. As they dug, they stumbled upon a series of steps cut into the rock. The discovery was unexpected, a glimmer of hope in their relentless pursuit. Excitement rippled through the team. The air buzzed with anticipation and the possibility of a monumental find. Could this be it? Could this be the entrance they had been tirelessly searching for? The questions hung in the air, heavy with expectation. Carter, cautious yet optimistic, ordered the steps to be cleared. Every movement was deliberate, every action filled with the weight of history. As the sand and rubble were removed, a sealed doorway emerged, marked with the necropolis seal. Hope surged through Carter. This seal was a sign, a promise of something extraordinary. This was no ordinary tomb. The intricate designs and the seal suggested something far more significant. With bated breath, Carter sent a telegram to Carnarvon, who was back in England. The message was brief but filled with excitement and urgency. At last have made wonderful discovery in Valley, a magnificent tomb with seals intact, recovered same for your arrival, congratulations. The words were simple, yet they carried the weight of years of effort and dreams. The world was about to rediscover Tutankhamun. This was the beginning of a journey that would captivate the imagination of millions and rewrite history. As Carter and his team delved deeper into the tomb, they uncovered a treasure trove of artifacts. Each item, meticulously crafted, told a story of a bygone era. The sheer opulence of the burial goods was staggering, revealing the immense wealth and craftsmanship of ancient Egypt. From golden chariots to intricate jewellery, the tomb was a testament to the grandeur of Tutankhamun's reign. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb sparked a global fascination with ancient Egypt. Known as Egyptomania, this cultural phenomenon saw Egyptian motifs influencing everything from fashion to architecture. Museums around the world scrambled to exhibit Egyptian artifacts, and the public's appetite for all things Egyptian seemed insatiable. This newfound interest not only brought ancient history to the forefront, but also inspired a generation of archaeologists and historians. The excavation of Tutankhamun's tomb revolutionized the field of archaeology. It set new standards for excavation techniques and documentation, ensuring that future discoveries would be preserved with the utmost care. Moreover, Tutankhamun's legacy permeated popular culture, from movies and literature to art and music. The boy king became a symbol of mystery and adventure, captivating the imagination of people across the globe. Even today, the allure of Tutankhamun endures. His tomb remains one of the most visited sites in Egypt, drawing millions of tourists each year. The treasures of Tutankhamun continue to tour the world, enchanting audiences with their beauty and historical significance. The story of the boy king, discovered almost a century ago, still resonates, reminding us of the timeless fascination with ancient Egypt and its enigmatic pharaohs. Few figures in history command the awe and intrigue of Alexander the Great. His name echoes through the annals of time, a symbol of unparalleled ambition and military genius. This Macedonian king, born in 356 BC, conquered vast swathes of the ancient world, creating an empire that stretched from Greece to Egypt and into the heart of Asia. His campaigns were marked by strategic brilliance and relentless determination, leaving an indelible mark on the course of Western civilization. His influence extended beyond the battlefield, shaping the cultural and intellectual landscape of the regions he conquered. Yet the final resting place of this legendary conqueror remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Despite numerous accounts and theories, the exact location of Alexander's tomb has eluded discovery for over 2 millennia. The search for Alexander's tomb has captivated historians, archaeologists and treasure hunters for centuries, each driven by the hope of uncovering one of the greatest archaeological finds of all time, fueled by tantalizing clues and a profound desire to uncover the secrets buried within. Ancient texts and historical records provide hints, but none have led to a definitive discovery. The significance of finding Alexander's tomb extends far beyond the recovery of lost treasure or the confirmation of historical records. It represents a bridge to the past, a direct link to one of history's most influential figures. Within that lost mausoleum lies the potential to unlock a deeper understanding of Alexander himself, his beliefs, his ambitions, and his legacy. The artifacts and inscriptions within could provide unprecedented insights into his life and the era he dominated. The tomb's discovery would offer invaluable insights into the funerary practices, artistry and cultural exchange of the Hellenistic period, a time when Alexander's conquests forged connections between East and West. In 323 BC, at the age of 32, Alexander the Great's triumphant reign was cut short in Babylon. The circumstances surrounding his death remain shrouded in mystery, with theories ranging from illness to poisoning. Some accounts describe a high fever, while others point to the possibility of assassination by rivals within his own ranks. Regardless of the cause, Alexander's death plunged his vast empire into chaos. Without a clear heir, his generals, known as the Diadochi, engaged in a bitter power struggle that would last for decades. Amidst this turmoil, the fate of Alexander's body became a matter of immediate concern. Tradition dictated that a king of Alexander's stature deserved a lavish burial and a magnificent tomb. However, the logistics of preserving and transporting his body presented a considerable challenge in the ancient world. The journey from Babylon to his Macedonian homeland was long and arduous, and the summer heat posed a significant risk of decomposition. One of Alexander's most trusted generals, Ptolemy the Vasoter, ultimately took possession of the king's body. Ptolemy, a man of great ambition and vision, saw in Alexander's remains not just the body of a fallen leader, but a powerful symbol that could cement his own authority and legacy. Ptolemy, who would later establish himself as the ruler of Egypt, initially transported Alexander's remains to Memphis, the ancient capital of Egypt. Memphis, a city steeped in history and tradition, was a fitting temporary resting place for the great conqueror. The journey to Memphis was a grand procession, reflecting the reverence and respect Alexander commanded even in death. There, Alexander was embalmed by Egyptian priests, masters of the art of preserving the dead. The embalming process was intricate and sacred, involving rituals and techniques perfected over millennia. The priests, with their deep knowledge of mummification, ensured that Alexander's body would be preserved for eternity, a testament to his enduring legacy. Memphis, however, was not intended to be Alexander's final resting place. Ptolemy had grander plans, envisioning a tomb that would reflect the greatness of Alexander and serve as a symbol of his own rule. The discussions and planning for this monumental task were extensive, involving architects, artisans, and scholars. Ptolemy envisioned a grander tomb for his former king and comrade, a monument that would not only honor Alexander, but also legitimize Ptolemy's own claim to power and his vision for a new Hellenistic dynasty in Egypt. The construction of this tomb was a massive undertaking, requiring resources and labor on an unprecedented scale. It was a project that would take years to complete, but Ptolemy was determined to see it through. Thus began the construction of a magnificent tomb in Alexandria, the vibrant cosmopolitan city Ptolemy founded on the shores of the Mediterranean. Alexandria, with its strategic location and cultural significance, was the perfect site for Alexander's final resting place. The city itself was a testament to Ptolemy's vision, a melting pot of cultures and ideas, reflecting the Hellenistic ideals of knowledge and progress. The exact location and design of this tomb remain a subject of debate, but historical accounts describe a structure of remarkable grandeur, adorned with precious materials and guarded by a contingent of soldiers. The tomb was not just a burial site, but a monument to Alexander's achievements and Ptolemy's aspirations. It was a place where the past and future converged, a symbol of continuity and change. Alexander's tomb in Alexandria quickly became a site of pilgrimage and veneration. People from all walks of life, from scholars to soldiers, made the journey to pay their respects. The tomb became a focal point for the Hellenistic world, a place where people could connect with the legacy of Alexander and the new era Ptolemy was ushering in. People from across the Hellenistic world flocked to pay their respects to the fallen conqueror, transforming his tomb into a symbol of Alexander's enduring legacy and Ptolemy's burgeoning power. The tomb was more than just a final resting place. It was a beacon of hope and inspiration, a reminder of the greatness that could be achieved through vision and determination. Alexander's journey did not end with his death. It continued through the lives and aspirations of those who came after him, forever etched in the annals of history. Despite its initial prominence, Alexander's tomb in Alexandria seemingly vanished from the historical record. This disappearance has puzzled historians and archaeologists for centuries, sparking numerous quests and expeditions to uncover its secrets. The tomb, once a symbol of Alexander the Great's unparalleled legacy, now exists only in the annals of history and the imaginations of those who seek it. While ancient writers provided detailed descriptions of the tomb's splendor and the rituals performed there, concrete information about its precise location and ultimate fate remains elusive. These descriptions paint a picture of a grand mausoleum adorned with precious metals and intricate carvings, a fitting tribute to one of history's most legendary figures. Yet, despite these vivid accounts, the physical evidence of the tomb's existence has remained frustratingly out of reach. Over the centuries, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the tomb's disappearance. Scholars have pored over ancient texts, debated the reliability of historical accounts, and examined every clue with meticulous care. Some suggest that the tomb was hidden deliberately to protect it from grave robbers, while others believe it was simply forgotten as the city of Alexandria evolved and expanded. Some historians believe that the tomb was destroyed during periods of unrest and upheaval that plagued Alexandria throughout its history. The city, a melting pot of cultures and a hub of trade, was no stranger to conflict. Riots, invasions, and political turmoil could have easily led to the tomb's destruction, its treasures looted, and its structure reduced to rubble. Earthquakes, fires, and the destructive fury of various conquerors all left their mark on the city, potentially obliterating Alexander's tomb in the process. Natural disasters, such as the devastating earthquake of 365 AD, reshaped the landscape of Alexandria, toppling buildings and altering the course of history. Fires, too, ravaged the city, consuming everything in their path, including perhaps the final resting place of Alexander the Great. Another theory suggests that the tomb might have been lost more gradually, swallowed by the shifting sands of time. As centuries passed, the once majestic structure could have been buried beneath layers of sand and debris, hidden from view and forgotten by the world. Nature, relentless and unyielding, has a way of reclaiming what was once hers, erasing the marks of human achievement. Alexandria's coastline is known to have shifted over the centuries, with portions of the ancient city now submerged beneath the waters of the Mediterranean Sea. The relentless advance of the sea, combined with the gradual erosion of the coastline, has transformed the landscape dramatically. Entire sections of the city, once bustling with life, now lie beneath the waves, silent witnesses to a bygone era. It is possible that Alexander's tomb, or at least parts of it, met a similar fate, buried beneath layers of sediment and lost to the encroaching sea. Underwater, archaeological explorations have uncovered remnants of ancient Alexandria, offering tantalizing glimpses into the past. Yet the tomb of Alexander the Great remains elusive, a mystery waiting to be unraveled by future generations of explorers and historians. Deep in the heart of the Sinai Peninsula, amidst a rugged and unforgiving landscape, rises a mountain shrouded in mystery and legend. This is a place where the harshness of the desert meets the sublime beauty of nature, creating a setting that feels both timeless and otherworldly. Mount Sinai, known also as JBLMWS, Jabal Musa, in Arabic meaning Moses' mountain, has captivated the hearts and minds of people for millennia. It is a site of profound historical and spiritual significance, revered by multiple faiths and cultures. Its towering peaks and desolate beauty whisper tales of ancient prophets and divine encounters. The mountain stands as a silent witness to the passage of time, its rugged slopes etched with the stories of those who have come seeking answers and enlightenment. The very air around Mount Sinai seems to crackle with an unseen energy, a palpable sense of the sacred that has drawn pilgrims and seekers for centuries. Each step taken on its ancient paths feels like a journey through history, a connection to something greater than oneself. The silence of the desert, broken only by the wind whistling through the canyons, invites contemplation and introspection. It is a silence that speaks volumes, offering a space for reflection and a deeper understanding of one's place in the universe. It is a place where the veil between the earthly and the divine feels thin, where the echoes of ancient events still reverberate through the ages. The ancient ruins and relics scattered across the mountains serve as a testament to its enduring significance, a reminder of the countless souls who have been touched by its mystique. The history of Mount Sinai stretches back through the mists of time, intertwined with the very fabric of human civilization. The earliest mention of the mountain can be traced back to ancient Egyptian texts, where it was known as the Mountain of the Moon. The Egyptians believed that the goddess Hathor, the deity of love, beauty, music, dancing, fertility and joy, resided on the mountain. They mined turquoise in the area and built temples at its base, evidence of their deep reverence for this sacred place. The legacy of their presence can still be seen today in the ruins and artifacts scattered across the landscape. Mount Sinai holds a unique place in the history of the world's great Abrahamic religions. For Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, it is revered as the site where Moses received the Ten Commandments from God. This pivotal event, recounted in the book of Exodus, forever linked Mount Sinai with divine revelation and the establishment of moral law. For Christians, Mount Sinai represents the tangible manifestation of God's covenant with his people. It symbolizes the meeting point between heaven and earth, a place where the divine will was made known to humanity. Muslims too revere Moses as a prophet and recognize the importance of Mount Sinai in his story. Over the centuries, Mount Sinai has become a tapestry woven with the threads of different cultures and beliefs. This sacred mountain stands as a testament to the rich history and spiritual significance that it holds for so many people around the world. Bedouin tribes, who have called the Sinai Desert home for generations, have their own stories and traditions associated with the mountain. These Nomadic people have passed down their legends and customs through countless generations, each adding their own layer to the mountain's mystique. They believe that the mountain is inhabited by jinn or spirits and treat it with respect and reverence. The Bedouins' rituals and practices are deeply intertwined with the natural landscape, reflecting a profound connection to the earth and the unseen forces they believe dwell within it. For many, a visit to Mount Sinai is a deeply spiritual experience, a pilgrimage to a place where they can connect with the divine and reflect on the deeper meaning of life. Pilgrims from various faiths come here seeking solace, enlightenment, and a sense of peace that only such a sacred site can provide. The mountain has a way of stripping away the superficial and revealing the raw essence of the human spirit. In the quiet moments at the summit, one can feel a profound sense of clarity and purpose, as if the mountain itself whispers ancient truths to those who are willing to listen. Beyond its religious and historical significance, Mount Sinai is also home to a surprising array of natural wonders. Hidden within its canyons and valleys are ancient rock formations, secret springs, and a diverse range of plant and animal life. The mountain is a haven for ibexes, gazelles, and other desert creatures that have adapted to its harsh conditions. In an age of globalization and technological advancement, it is easy to feel disconnected from the natural world and the spiritual dimensions of life. Yet, Mount Sinai stands as a timeless reminder of the enduring power of faith, the beauty of the natural world, and the interconnectedness of all things. Whether one is drawn to Mount Sinai for its religious significance, its historical legacy, or simply its raw natural beauty, the mountain has a way of leaving an indelible mark on the soul. It is a place that challenges, inspires, and ultimately transforms. The traditional pilgrimage to the summit of Mount Sinai is a challenging but rewarding experience. There are two main routes to the top. The longer and more gradual ascent is via the Camel Trail, a winding path that can be traversed on foot or by camel. The more challenging but quicker route is the Steps of Repentance, a steep staircase of over 3,750 steps carved into the mountainside by a repentant monk. The ascent is usually made at night to avoid the scorching heat of the day and to reach the summit in time for sunrise. At the summit of Mount Sinai lies St. Catherine's Monastery, one of the oldest continuously operating Christian monasteries in the world. Founded in the 6th century AD, the monastery is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and houses a treasure trove of religious art, manuscripts and icons. The monastery's library is renowned for its collection of ancient texts, including the Codex Sinaiticus, one of the oldest surviving manuscripts of the Bible. The monastery is a testament to the enduring power of faith and the human spirit's ability to thrive in even the harshest of environments. Mount Sinai stands as a timeless symbol of faith, history, and natural wonder. For millennia, its towering peaks have drawn pilgrims, adventurers, and seekers from all over the world. Its story is interwoven with the very fabric of human civilization, and its legacy continues to inspire and intrigue us today. As long as humans gaze up at the stars and ponder the mysteries of life, Mount Sinai will continue to hold a special place in our hearts and imaginations. It is a place where the veil between heaven and earth feels thin, where the whispers of the divine can still be heard in the wind. Ancient Egypt. The name conjures images of towering pyramids, enigmatic pharaohs, and hieroglyphs whispering secrets across millennia. This civilization, nestled along the fertile Nile River, stands as one of the most significant in human history. Its legacy echoes through time, influencing art, architecture, religion and governance for thousands of years. Emerging around 3000 BC, ancient Egypt blossomed in a period when most of the world was still grappling with rudimentary forms of society. This remarkable civilization, with its sophisticated systems of writing, government and cosmology, left an indelible mark on the trajectory of human development. From the moment its first dynasty took power to the twilight of its final pharaoh, ancient Egypt was a beacon of innovation and culture. Its story is a tapestry woven from the threads of ambition, faith, and the relentless pursuit of order in a world often defined by chaos. Before the rise of the pharaohs, Egypt was a land divided. The vast and fertile Nile River valley was home to numerous small communities and tribes, each with its own customs, beliefs, and ways of life. These communities were spread across the length of the Nile, from the delta in the north to the cataracts in the south. Two prominent kingdoms, Upper and Lower Egypt, emerged as dominant forces in this fragmented landscape. Upper Egypt, located in the southern part of the country, was characterized by its narrow strip of fertile land along the Nile, while Lower Egypt, in the north, encompassed the broad and marshy delta region. Each kingdom had its own ruler, known as a king, and distinct cultural practices that reflected their unique environments and ways of life. The unification of these two lands under a single ruler marked a pivotal moment in Egyptian history. This monumental event not only brought an end to the long-standing rivalry between Upper and Lower Egypt, but also ushered in the era of pharaonic rule. The consolidation of power under one ruler laid the foundation for the rise of a powerful and enduring civilization, characterized by remarkable achievements in art, architecture, and governance. Around 3100 BC, a king named Menes, who hailed from Upper Egypt, embarked on a campaign to conquer Lower Egypt. Through a combination of military prowess and strategic alliances, Menes succeeded in uniting the two lands under his rule. This unification was symbolized by the double crown, which combined the white crown of Upper Egypt and the red crown of Lower Egypt, signifying the unity of the two regions. This momentous event marked the beginning of the early dynastic period and the birth of ancient Egypt as we know it. The unification of Upper and Lower Egypt set the stage for the development of a centralized state, with a strong and stable government that could oversee large-scale projects and manage the resources of the entire Nile Valley. While there is some debate among scholars about the exact identity of Menes, with some suggesting that he may have been a composite figure or that his achievements were attributed to multiple rulers, his achievement in unifying Egypt is undeniable. The legacy of Menes, whether as a single individual or a symbolic representation of early Egyptian kingship, remains a cornerstone of Egyptian history. With the establishment of the First Dynasty, a new era of centralized rule and political stability dawned upon Egypt. The pharaohs of the First Dynasty set the precedent for future rulers, establishing a system of governance that would endure for millennia. This centralized authority allowed for the efficient administration of the kingdom, the collection of taxes, and the organization of labor for monumental building projects. This newfound unity allowed for greater cooperation, resource management, and cultural exchange among the various regions of Egypt. The centralized government facilitated the construction of impressive architectural feats such as the early pyramids and temples, and the development of a sophisticated system of writing and record-keeping. These achievements set the stage for the remarkable accomplishments that would characterize the Old Kingdom period, often referred to as the Age of the Pyramids, when Egypt reached new heights of cultural and technological advancement. The early pharaohs were not merely rulers, they were considered divine beings, intermediaries between the gods and humanity. They were seen as the earthly embodiment of the gods, with a divine right to rule. This belief granted them unparalleled authority and reverence among their subjects. They wielded absolute power, controlling all aspects of Egyptian life, from the construction of monumental tombs and temples to the management of agriculture and trade. The pharaohs oversaw the building of grand structures that would stand the test of time, serving as both tombs and temples to honor the gods and themselves. Their influence extended to the fertile lands along the Nile, where they directed agricultural practices to ensure bountiful harvests, which were crucial for the sustenance of their people and the prosperity of their kingdom. Trade routes were established and maintained under their watchful eyes, bringing in goods and wealth from distant lands. Their reigns were marked by ambitious building projects, military campaigns, and the development of a complex administrative system that would serve as the backbone of Egyptian society for centuries to come. These projects were not just displays of power, but also served practical purposes, such as fortifying the kingdom's defenses and showcasing their divine favor. The military campaigns expanded their territories and brought in resources, while the administrative system ensured that the vast empire was efficiently managed, with a bureaucracy that kept meticulous records and facilitated the smooth running of the state.
One of the most significant figures of this early period was King Djoser, the second pharaoh of the Third Dynasty. His reign marked a period of great innovation and development in ancient Egypt. Djoser is credited with commissioning the construction of the Step Pyramid at Saqqara, the earliest known example of a monumental stone structure in Egypt. This pyramid was a revolutionary architectural feat, setting a precedent for future constructions. It was not just a tomb, but a symbol of the pharaoh's divine power and a testament to the advanced engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. This innovative pyramid, designed by the architect Imhotep, marked a turning point in Egyptian architecture and funerary practices. Imhotep, who was later deified, introduced the use of stone as a building material, which allowed for more durable and grandiose structures. The step pyramid's design influenced the construction of subsequent pyramids and became a model for future generations.
Another prominent ruler of this era was King Sneferu, the founder of the Fourth Dynasty. His reign was characterized by significant architectural and military achievements. Sneferu was a prolific builder, credited with the construction of at least 3 major pyramids. These included the Bent Pyramid and the Red Pyramid, which showcased advancements in engineering and construction techniques. His ambitious building projects not only demonstrated his power, but also laid the groundwork for the construction of the Great Pyramids of Giza by his successors. His reign was also marked by military campaigns into Nubia and Libya, expanding the borders of the Egyptian state and securing valuable resources. These campaigns were crucial for the kingdom's economic stability and growth, as they brought in gold, slaves, and other resources that bolstered the pharaoh's wealth and power. Sneferu's military prowess and strategic acumen ensured that Egypt remained a dominant force in the region, with a legacy that would influence future generations of rulers. The pyramids of Egypt are perhaps the most iconic symbols of this ancient civilization. These monumental structures have fascinated historians, archaeologists, and tourists alike for centuries, standing as silent sentinels of a bygone era. These colossal structures, built as tombs for the pharaohs and their consorts, stand as testaments to the ingenuity, organizational skills, and religious beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. The sheer scale and precision of these pyramids continue to baffle modern engineers and architects, showcasing the advanced understanding of mathematics and astronomy possessed by the ancient builders. The construction of these massive monuments required an immense amount of labor and resources, reflecting the pharaohs' absolute power and their desire to leave an enduring legacy in the sands of time. Thousands of laborers, including skilled artisans, craftsmen and farmers during the off-season, worked tirelessly to ensure the completion of these grand projects. The logistics involved in quarrying, transporting and assembling the massive stone blocks are a testament to the highly organized society of ancient Egypt. The early pyramids were not without their challenges. The process of trial and error played a significant role in the evolution of pyramid construction techniques. Sneferu's first attempt at building a true smooth-sided pyramid, known as the Maidum Pyramid, ended in partial collapse during construction. This failure provided valuable lessons that informed future architectural endeavors. Undeterred, he embarked on the construction of another pyramid, the Bent Pyramid, which, while successfully completed, exhibits a peculiar bent slope, likely due to adjustments made during construction to prevent further instability. This unique structure stands as a testament to the adaptive and innovative spirit of ancient Egyptian architects. Sneferu's final pyramid, the Red Pyramid, was a triumph of engineering and design. This pyramid marked a significant milestone in the evolution of pyramid construction, showcasing a perfected technique that would influence future generations. It was the first successful true pyramid, with smooth sides rising at a consistent angle to a pointed apex. The Red Pyramid's success laid the groundwork for the construction of even more ambitious projects. The Red Pyramid served as a model for the Great Pyramid of Giza, built by Sneferu's son, Khufu, and considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The Great Pyramid, with its precise alignment to the cardinal points and its massive scale, remains one of the most studied and admired structures in human history. It continues to inspire awe and wonder, symbolizing the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt's architectural and cultural achievements.
In the land of the pharaohs, where the golden sands stretch far and wide, there stands an architectural marvel that has mystified the world for centuries, the Egyptian pyramids. These monumental structures have long captured the imagination of historians, archaeologists, and dreamers alike. But where did these enigmatic wonders originate? Join us on an illuminating journey back in time as we unveil the ancient secrets behind the birth of the Egyptian pyramids. The word pyramid itself carries a touch of mystery. While many believe it originates from the Greek word pyramis, which referred to a bread of conical shape, its true roots may lie even deeper in the sands of time. The origin of this word, like the pyramids themselves, is cloaked in the mists of history, waiting to be revealed. Life and death in ancient Egypt were intrinsically linked to the eternal cycle of the sun. The smooth-faced pyramid, with its majestic angles and precision, became more than just a tomb. It was a symbol of the pharaoh's transformation into one of the sun's rays in death. This profound connection between the pharaohs and the sun would shape the destiny of these timeless structures. Pyramids represented much more than monumental tombs. They were physical manifestations of the Benben, the primordial mound from the Heliopolitan creation myth. These stories, deeply rooted in Egyptian culture, permeated every aspect of life, infusing each stone with spiritual significance. Before the grandeur of the pyramids, ancient Egypt witnessed the emergence of funerary practices during the predynastic period. These practices, however, diverged significantly depending on whether one lived in Lower Egypt or Upper Egypt. In the fertile lands of Lower Egypt, at the archaeological site of Merinde Beni Salam, we unearthed the oldest known funerary site, dating back to 5000 BCE. Here, the deceased were laid to rest in shallow graves, curled in a fetal position. Though a few objects accompanied the departed, they remained silent about the social standing of those interred. In Upper Egypt, predynastic practices were more intricate, offering insights into evolving funerary rites. These rites can be classified into 2 distinct cultural phases, the Badarian and Nagada periods. The Badarian phase, spanning from 4400 BCE to 3800 BCE, unveiled small necropolises on the outskirts of villages, marking the emergence of funerary cults. Deceased individuals were placed in oval graves, their bodies tenderly covered with goat or gazelle skins. Everyday items accompanied them on their journey to the afterlife. During the three Nagada periods, spanning from 4000 BCE to 3510 BCE, funerary practices evolved into a sophisticated art. The shape of tombs shifted from oval to rectangular, mirroring the homes of the living. The scale and intricacy of funerary items grew, and tombs were fortified with masonry, wooden veneers, or raw bricks. As society evolved, so did the necropolises. Social stratification became evident, with elite and commoners resting in separate necropolises. This division mirrored the hierarchies of an ever-changing society. The mastaba, the precursor to the pyramid, underwent remarkable changes during the Old Kingdom. From the 5th dynasty onwards, mastabas began to feature multi-room substructures, sometimes housing up to 30 chambers. The number and quality of decorated surfaces increased significantly, as did the number of statues found within these eternal homes. The 6th dynasty marked the pinnacle of artistic expression in ancient Egypt. The tomb of Mereruka, nestled in the heart of Saqqara, stands as a testament to this artistic flourishing. Every surface within this burial chamber is adorned with vivid scenes of daily life, eloquently illustrating the prosperity that awaited those fortunate enough to spend eternity near a pharaoh's pyramid. As we journey through the sands of time, we begin to glimpse the genesis of the pyramids themselves. These structures, conceived in the minds of ancient architects and artisans, would soon rise to shape the very horizon of Egypt. But who were the architects of these monumental tombs, and how did they turn ambitious visions into stone reality? The pyramid builders, their lives, tools, and ingenious engineering, all played a pivotal role in constructing these awe-inspiring structures. Among these pyramids, the Great Pyramid of Giza stands as the crown jewel, a testament to the audacity of human ambition and engineering prowess. Its sheer size, precision, and the mysteries hidden within its chambers continue to captivate researchers and explorers from around the globe. As we reach the end of our journey, we reflect upon the enduring legacy of the Egyptian pyramids. These colossal structures not only served as tombs for pharaohs, but also as monuments to human achievement, architectural wonders that have stood the test of millennia. The birth of the Egyptian pyramids was a journey through time and culture, weaving together ancient myths, funerary practices, and evolving architectural techniques. These monumental structures would come to symbolize the power, spirituality, and enduring legacy of a civilization that continues to captivate our imaginations today. As we conclude our journey into the origins of the Egyptian pyramids, we invite you to delve deeper into the sands of time, where countless secrets still await discovery. Join us in our next exploration of the wonders of the ancient world. Until then, may the sun forever shine upon these eternal marvels, and may their stories continue to inspire generations to come.